Hey there, Dolphin here with a guide on how to deal with one of the most problematic events, entering hard mode. Once you enter hard mode, as you might know, on the map there are two biome spawns in a shape like this, one corruption or crimson and one hallow, and they expand quite quickly, even more so on smaller maps. So it's an absolute growth. If you have a large map, they grow in the same absolute amount of blocks per second, I would say. So no extreme stress there, but it's still stressful, you know. You want to prevent them from spreading too quickly, and you don't have the Contaminator yet, unless you have defeated all 3 mechanical bosses, so you only got your purification powder, and that is not very effective on that scale. So what do? So you want to contain it quickly. The first thing you do is you have to check, is your jungle threatened? In this case, on this map now, I just generated, took the first one. This is ideal. The hallow is on the jungle side. So the jungle is not threatened to be eaten up by corruption or crimson, because hallow respects the jungle. But let's just assume this could just as well be corruption. So if that is the case, if you notice that you have to protect the jungle first, so the first point of engagement would be between jungle and corruption, you know, to make a barrier there. And for that I could recommend, so I would assume you don't, so you wouldn't have the UFO mount, of course, and some kind of pickaxe. So make sure you are properly defended. And then one thing you could do is dig a tunnel. You know, I wouldn't recommend it before you enter hard mode, because you don't know where those biomes spawn. They can move a lot left, right. In my first world I did make a perimeter defense to shaft, like a box around my base, and they penetrated that to some degree too. So what you have to know is that those biomes do not spread if you make a gap of at least 4 blocks. Downwards is easy. If you make it horizontally, you have to consider that those biomes can also create vine-like structures and can bridge through that, I think. So if you make a horizontal tunnel, you would have to create a wooden ceiling or something like that, some uncorruptible block that prevents growth. So what you can do is just follow the shape. And because it is very difficult to dig diagonally and can mess up the terrain, what you can do is relax about the amount of terrain it might conquer, give it a little, make sure that it is reliably blocked. Like, do you see here, this is the outer rim of the biome, so here's the core of the biome, and here's the inner. Here you see, this is easy. The living tree can block it a bit, I don't know how deeply, but we will see. You probably have crossed below there. But yeah, so identify the most important area to block. And then use the natural features of the terrain. Like here, this is great. Here you have already your perfect starting point. And use that and move along that downwards. Use the natural features, the caves. So you might have the, what's it called, the stuff you eat, the sword, so you can check a bit enlightened terrain. I will use this. Here you see, you can identify, okay, it moves down here. Of course, you can mainly still dig a tunnel like this, but I would just say, okay, I give you this. This here is a perfect barrier. You can move. See, here is more, it has already gotten that far. So I follow, I identify reliably where's the outer border. Okay, here the tunnel goes to the left. I can still give it that. Okay, you know, like, I give it that. I could dig diagonally. You can do that too, and you're probably, like, if you do this, then you're probably better shielded from surrounding mobs that might attack you. But you see here, now I already notice, clash, you know, I would have to go downwards, and it can really mess up the terrain. And to keep that, it looks a lot more elegantly later on if you use the natural features. So I say, okay, you can conquer this bit if you want. Okay, this too. And now here I will help a little bit. Just like this. You know, like, okay, when vines are growing here, this should be fine. Here's the border. I follow it further. Yes, this is beautiful. Wonderful. See here? Yeah, I can dig through here, but I can also do this. Okay, so here no corruption yet. Just a little divider. Again, pay attention to the horizontal, give more space here, like vines could grow down here and you want to prevent that, so shield mainly on the vertical. So, see, this is minimal effort. I traveled mostly just the shaft downwards, as you can see here, this minimal effort. And then I'm here and contain so far. Here I see already, okay, has conquered this part. Okay, I'll say let's stop here. Okay, this is the next barrier, and here too. Yeah. So and you continue that. That is basically the strategy, so that this is the barrier. It will eventually spread until here, but is reliably stopped. And because all those natural features are already created, you're not losing time, because you're also working against the clock. The quicker you can shield it in one way, like you will relatively quickly move your way roughly down here, and then you're in the underworld, and what do you do then? Is either go through the underworld and the other side up, or you port back to the back up. And if one of the biomes is very close to your base, of course you shield that next, and so you decide which to approach first. And you do that 1, 2, 3, 4, always making sure to give it some space, you know, and then you have reliably stopped it eventually at that point, and it looks quite nice on the map, actually better than as if you would dig an artificial tunnel at the border and zigzag and like this. Exactly. But this is how to relatively quickly deal with the hard mode biome spawns. And you should focus on that first, because while you're shielding the one side, the other three will of course expand. But when you're done with that, you can like breathe a little, you know, and then you got that. And then you have your limits set, and yeah, it's relaxing then. And actually makes sense to not destroy them right away, keep them for a while, because they are mob spawns that might give you useful drops. In my main world that I've played so many hours in, I still have those two biomes. I kept them because I want to have them in my world. Yeah, so that was it. This might probably be very helpful for you if you're scared about hard mode, as I've been at first too. Okay, if this was helpful to you, if you like this, support me, give it a thumbs up, whatever you like to do. Okay, see you.